It's evening in a police station, around 4 o'clock, when an officer is in conversation with his wife. You know what today is, right? She asks in a serious tone. Yes, of course, obviously, says he. Right now, Inspector Arad Seth is talking while flipping through a bunch of files. He's preparing a report, a file which he has to close before leaving from work. He gives answers in one word while going through the work. Once he's done, he stands up to hand it to his subordinate. Meanwhile, the phone conversation continues. Just before he is to step out of the cabin, he hears his mother's voice and replies, Yes, Ma, I know. I will be there within an hour. I'll be there, I promise. You promise? Says his wife Avantika, taking the phone off from speaker away from his mother. Don't make promises that you can't keep. What do you mean by that? He is about to step out of his cabin, but then he stops. He knows what is going to follow. Still, there is nothing he can do to stop it. I promise we'll go for shopping today. I promise I'll take you for a movie this weekend. It's our anniversary. Obviously we'll go for dinner. She speaks in a mocking tone. Is this the right time to talk about that? Yes, she pauses. Because there is never a good time to talk with you. Whenever our conversations become difficult, there is a ping on your phone and all you have to say is, duty calls. So, now you have to listen, says she. For some reason, Arad's wife seems very stressed. This is quite common with her. It isn't hard for her to start an argument. But today seems like a special day. Avantika, please don't create a scene around Ma. Don't worry, I'm in a different room right now. Also, she has taken her hearing aid out. You have to come on time, she says. I will. No, I want you here now. I'm coming. Not good enough. You should have been here already. Hey, she's my mother, not yours. I love her. I care about her well-being more than you do. So don't tell me where I should or shouldn't be. I told you I will be there within an hour. So I will. Out of aggression, Arad hangs up the phone. He is almost at the door, but then he walks in again to take a sip of water. Taking a few gulps calms him down. Avantika is acting like a crazy person, but not without a reason. Arad's mother is an old woman troubled by a long list of diseases. Bad sight, poor hearing, heart condition, occasional swollen feet, and many more. Still, she has managed to live through till now. She keeps on saying, I won't die until I see my grandson. This is a problem, considering the recent development. There is a lot of medical jargon in explaining this disease, but the gist of it is this. There is a growing infection at the back of her eyes. If kept unchecked, it can prove fatal. On the other hand, if an operation is conducted to remove it, she will be safe, but it is very much likely that she will lose her eyesight. This was a difficult decision. After a lot of effort, Arad managed to convince his mother to proceed with the operation. Pulling a few contacts here and there, he arranges an international surgeon to operate on her in a local hospital. Today is the day of operation. More specifically, tonight, 7 hours from now. Arad's mother agreed, but with one condition, that she wants her son to be the last person she sees before she closes her eyes forever. Arad took permission for an early off so as to be with his mother in an hour. This is what he has planned. Arad relaxes himself and then steps outside to give the finished file to be kept in record room. There, he sees a middle-aged man named Jagadnath sitting in front of his subordinate. He's crying. Arad doesn't understand anything but with eye contact asks his situation. Nothing serious, sir. His old mother ran away from home and he wants us to find her, says his subordinate Radhe. Nothing serious? Nothing serious? He cries. Sir, my mother is missing since morning time. She is very old and doesn't remember much. Also, she has started seeing my father, who died 10 years ago. Hallucinations, whispers Radhe. She says, your father is calling me, and simply walks off. It's the third time this week. That's what I am saying. This is normal. She will return tomorrow. Don't worry, interrupts Radhe again. No, what if she tries crossing a busy road? What if a car hits her? What if she is critically injured? What if she needs my help? Even if that happens, I wouldn't know. That's the worst part, he says while crying. When all the subordinates refuse to help Jagat, the guy begs their superior. He falls on his knees and begs for immediate assistance. Sir, please help. I know you love your mother. I love my mother too. She needs me right now. Arad has somewhere to go, but now he is unsure. He speaks nothing while the other guy cries. Meanwhile, Radhe makes hand gestures to tell Arad to get rid of him. Okay, says Arad. There is still time, he says to himself, referring to the fact that his mother's operation is scheduled for 11 p.m. Radhe, we'll go look for her, he says, hinting to two more police officials. But sir, we have a job later tonight to block the road for arriving minister's security. When's that? 10:30. Still time. Let's go. Although reluctant, Radhe gets up and walks out with Arad and two other officers. They commence the search, starting from her residence. The old woman's son, Jagat, has given her photo. Still, he insists on staying with them. She is missing for over 8 hours now. She could be anywhere. Still, they continue to look. Meanwhile, Arad is dodging calls of his wife. In response, he simply sends short texts saying, busy, urgent matter, sorry. Following that, his wife vents her frustration in form of long, all-caps messages. It's surprising for him to know how fast she can type. Fortunately, he can simply skip through the argument part. Arad keeps on checking from time to time to know if they have left for hospital, arrived at the hospital, got settled in a room, status of the doctor's arrival, etc. Avantika is right to act the way she is acting. Arad knows that. Most of the times, she is a strong woman taking quick, calculated decisions and finding innovative solutions to all family problems. Sadly, she becomes weak when it comes to making hospital-related decisions, which is why she is terrified to be alone at the hospital while Arad's mother undergoes an eye surgery. Unfortunately, she has to. Arad is helpless. He wants to be with his mother. Let her see him before they take her for the surgery. Sadly, the situation right now is such that he can't go without finding that old woman. There is still time, but with every passing minute, he gets more and more impatient. What's the update? Asks Arad. No good news, sir. We checked all the possible locations she could be, contacted all her relatives, distributed her photo on all checkposts, including info of what she is wearing today. Now, all we can do is wait. Wait? We can't wait. We have to keep looking, cries her son. Sir, we have done our job. There is nothing more to do, says Radhe. I think you should go to the hospital. Doing our job, thinks Arad. Obviously, I have promised my mother, so I have to be there. She needs me, but going there, I will be helpless. My hands will be tied. The doctors will do their job. I have to do mine. I can't go before finding your mother. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. This last part he says out loud. Now, the issue is, what will they do? You see, problem with searching someone in a city like Vanchi is the traffic. You can't go from one place to the other without needing to wait for the other moving cars to go with you. Luckily, it's close to 10 in the night, meaning the traffic has reduced. Further, a path is entirely blocked for a senior minister to go from airport to ministry office and back. We can use that road, says Arad. Sir, we are not allowed to do that, objects Radhe. When has that stopped us from doing what we want? Says Arad with a smile. They do exactly that. Quickly traveling with a police vehicle, they look for the old woman. Fortunately, the minister's flight is delayed, so they can use the blocked path without any interruptions. They keep on looking. If I want, I can go to the hospital right now, Arad argues with himself. But how will I face her? If I don't do my job and instead go see her, maybe a loving mother will accept me, but not a martyr's wife. He thinks, remembering the fact that his father sacrificed his life while on duty. She would expect nothing less from her son. It's okay if my mother doesn't get to see me. I have to do this job. Arad says out loud. Fortunately, his words are lost in the noise of loud siren. As they enter a residential area, Radhe turns off the loud siren. Sir, I don't think we will be able to find her. It is not like she will be just sitting on the roadside waiting for... There she is! Shouts Jagad. The instant vehicle stops, Jagad runs towards his mother. He hugs her, wipes his tears and asks, Where did you go? Do you know how much I was worried for you? Jagu, is that you? I lost my way. I knew you would come. She replies. They rejoice. Arad is happy. The job is done, and there is still time. I can go. That very instant, an announcement is made on the radio informing the minister has left the airport. All officers are to block the roads to let the minister have an uninterrupted, safe passage. So Arad waits along with other officers, the civilian Jagad Nair and his old mother. Jagad is so happy that he thanks every police officer there, including those who did not participate in the search of his mother. He shakes hands with Arad, hugs him, and then falls on his knees. He cries again, but these are tears of joy. A top politician is to pass through, along with the police commissioner, and yet, for him, the most important official right now is Inspector Arad Seth. Jagu, look, your father is calling me. He hears his mother say. What happens next happens so fast that they get no opportunity to react until after it has happened. The old woman sees her husband on the road and walks towards him. That very instant, the politician's car is to pass at a very high speed. Seeing the old woman in the middle, they slow down, but before the car comes to a halt, it hits her and she goes flying 4-5 meters before landing hard on the road. Everyone is shocked to see what just happened. For Jagu, her son, everything is a blur. The minister is very angry for the interruption. Still, he steps out. He orders the police officials to take the injured woman to the nearest but reputed hospital for treatment. "Send the bill to me," he says. Immediately, she is carried to a police vehicle. Her son goes with her, along with a couple of police officers. Arad wants to go too, since his mother is in the same hospital for her surgery. But he is not allowed to go. "What happened just now was very careless," says the commissioner. "Arad, you were not even supposed to be here." The minister is angry since his meeting is now delayed, and as a consequence, the commissioner is angry too. Arad was supposed to be tasked for minister's security, and yet commissioner let him go because he asked to be with his mother. But now, what happened, although out of hand, is unforgivable. The minister whispers in commissioner's ear, and then commissioner speaks. "Inspector Seth, you are to take charge of sir's security right now, and you will not be relieved of your duty until you safely return him to the airport." The situation is tough. The situation is bad, but Arad understands. To some extent, it is his carelessness that led to this accident. He has to make a difficult call to his wife saying he can't come. After that, he switches off his personal phone. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Arad's mother resists the surgery before seeing her son. But then Avantika takes a tough decision to let the doctors sedate her mother-in-law and carry out the procedure as planned. After a seemingly very long night, Arad is relieved of his duties, and he finally finds time to go see his mother. There, he meets with Avantika and the doctor on duty. He is told that the surgery was successful, but they couldn't save her eyes. The damage was irreparable. This news hits Arad hard. Fortunately, just before he has a complete breakdown, he is told that they got a last-minute donor during the surgery. So they are pretty confident that after standard recovery period, Arad's mother will be able to see again. For a moment there, Arad does not understand how to react. To this, doctor says, "Just breathe." When time comes for Arad's mother to see again, on her request, the first thing she sees is her son and her daughter-in-law standing in front of her. Arad cries when his mother recognizes him, and holding her hand, he apologizes for not being by her side when she needed him. To this, she simply says to both of them, "You did the right thing." End. Please like and subscribe to this channel and comment your thoughts about this story. Also, if you like my storytelling style, then you can hire my services via Fiverr or support this channel via Patreon. Please stay subscribed because soon I'll come with another story. Till then, thank you.